Marion Giants are basketball royalty. No school has won more state championships. From Jay Edwards to Jalen Blackman, Marion has become the purple and gold standard by which all other teams are measured. At least that's what tradition would tell you. Culver Academy is trying to create a new dynasty. The Eagles captured a state title last season, and with returning players such as Ethan Britton Watts and Trey Galloway, they look like a favorite to repeat the feat. But they have one giant step to take today. It's Marion and Culver Academy in the 3A semi-state, next on 46. In its 65-year history, Northside Gym has never hosted a game of this magnitude. It is the venue today for the Class 3A semi-state between the defending champ Culver Academy Eagles and the Marion Giants on the 46 game of the week. And how you doing, everybody? Between my Hall of Fame partners, Bob Nagel and Bo Hunt, it's Chuck Freeby, and it's great to have you with us as we take one last step on the road to Indianapolis. Bob, the Marion Giants, no stranger to this kind of stage. It's only their 39th semi-state. However, this team wasn't necessarily expected to get here. A lot of people thought Marion was going to be really, really good next year. Well, James Blackman's team is really, really good right now.
Yeah, they thought they'd be good next year and the year after and maybe the year after. They got a lot of good young talent in the program. No question that Jalen Blackman is regarded as one of the top recruits maybe in the state, if not in the country. He's an accomplished player, but Rashid Jones is outstanding. Karan Howard is outstanding. And, you know, you get down to their 5th, 6th, 7th guy, they're all good players, and they can all contribute. And this is a team that loves to get up and down the floor, so they'll run people in. James Blackman, a proven player, but I think maybe even more impressive now as a coach.
A year ago, a young Culver Academy team snuck up on the state and won the state title. This year, they've learned how to play with the target on its back, and they've done it very well, getting to this level again.
Well, when you get, you know, 3 potential NCAA Division I guys on your team, you get caught up in, like, how are you going to make that work? And I think they worked through that this year, especially. When you look at Ethan Britton Watts and what he's doing along with Trey Galloway, they really teamed up well. DeAndre Craig is a big, strong presence inside, and yet we look at their role players, the guys who also are in the starting lineup that know that they're not the big scorer. Their job is to facilitate, play defense. I think Freeman could be a real surprise today in the game for Culver.
Bo Hunt will be working the sidelines again for us tonight. And Bo, the one big difference as I see these two teams is that experience that Culver Academy got last year in the state tournament. Marion eliminated at the regional level. How big is that?
I think it's really big. I mean, I think we saw in the first game today, in the 1A game that we sat here and watched, Fort Wayne Blackhawk Christian, they had a lot of experience coming in this game, and it showed. They looked poised out there. They looked comfortable. Lafayette Christian or Lafayette Catholic didn't look comfortable at all. They got out of their thing, out of their rhythm and everything. And I think CMA or Culver Academy is having the experience, having that, you know, going down the state, winning it last year, having that experience. It means a whole lot to them, being poised. But again, Marion's a challenged team. They've been challenged throughout the year. They've been, you know, up and down. Last year they had a pretty good year as well. So I think they're at the point where I don't think they're going to falter under that challenge right away. But whoever gets out to an early lead here, the first part of the game, is the team that's really going to control the pace.
The winner faces Silver Creek for the Class 3A state title next Saturday at Bankers Life Fieldhouse in Indianapolis. We've got the Jordan Automotive keys to win next on the 46 game of the week.
This is the WHME TV 46 High School Game of the Week, brought to you by Thor Industries, Teachers Credit Union, Bill's Heating, Jordan Automotive Group, IU South Bend, Electrical Workers Local 153, Crown Trophy, Imagineering Finishing Technologies, and the IHSAA.
This edition of the TV 46 High School Basketball Game of the Week is being brought to you by the Jordan Auto Group. Simple, easy, stress-free. Welcome back, everybody, to the Big Barn on Bristol Street. Northside Gym at Elkhart seats 7,300 folks. It won't have quite that many in it tonight, but it will have a good crowd from Marion and Culver Academy as we look at our keys to win, brought to you by the Jordan Auto Group. And we'll start with the Marion Giants. They are led by a 6'2 sophomore, Jalen Blackman, the coach's son. He is scoring 27 points a game, shooting 86% from the foul line. He's only a sophomore, and he's already 10th all-time on a very prestigious Marion High School scoring list. But he doesn't have to do it alone. He gets some help in the backcourt from a freshman by the name of Rashid Jones, 6'3" tall, averaging almost 10 points a game, and a very good shooter from outside the arc. He's hit 55 three-pointers so far this season. The keys to win for James Blackman's Giants.
Well, he teaches his team to sell out on defense. They want to really try to get stops because the stop turns into a transition basket for his team. So defense is the key. No second chance points. Again, an offensive rebound will be really big today for Culver Academy. And they've got to be strong with the ball in the half court. And again, when they get into the half court set, make sure that they're going to get overplayed a time or two by Culver. Has some big, strong guys, and they're going to have to really be strong with the ball. James Blackman, senior, is in his 15th season at Marion, 251 wins, 112 losses, and ready to go today against this Culver Academy squad.
They're a very disciplined team. They're very well coached. They're not going to beat themselves, so we got to play both ends of the court. We got to definitely handle the ball strong in our offensive end, and we got to communicate on the defensive end. They have a lot of action in their offense, so we got to do a good job communicating to our teammates.
Very good balance on this Culver team, especially among the big scorers. They are led by a great tandem. Ethan Britton Watts, the 6'1 senior, is committed to Boston University. He averages almost 16 points a game and leads the team with 41 three-pointers. He's number 2 all-time at Culver Academy on their scoring list. A guy just closely behind him in number 5 is Trey Galloway. The coach's son is a 6'5 junior. He too averages 16 points a game, also gets 6 boards a game, and leads the team in assist and steals. He's getting recruiting interest from IU, Purdue, and Notre Dame. The keys to win for Mark Galloway and the Eagles.
Well, as Gene Hackman said in the movie Hoosiers, 5 guys playing as one, but on this team, head coach Mark Galloway says 5 guys playing as one defense. That's the key for their team to be successful today. They have to attack from the inside out. They got to try to work, take a look inside before you settle for that outside shot, and they got to stay at an even keel. Get way ahead, get way behind early. Don't let it bother what you do. This is a team that's got some veterans out there, and a terrific coach in Mark Galloway. 266, 135. He's in his 17th season, and really looking forward to the challenge from the Marion Giants.
Experience is very important, and not just from last year, but the kind of schedule we play, going down in Indianapolis in December and then playing La Lumiere and playing different teams to really get you ready for these tournament games.
Those are the keys to win, brought to us by the Jordan Auto Group. When we come back, it's the starting lineups and the opening tip of the Class 3A Northern Semi-State on TV 46. This edition of the TV 46 High School Basketball Game of the Week is being brought to you by Thor Industries, the world's largest RV manufacturer. We are in the hometown of Thor Industries, Elkhart, Indiana, ready for this 3A semi-state. The starting lineups are being introduced, and here to give them to you for us is Bob Nagel.
First of all, for the Marion Giants, who will be wearing the gold uniforms with the purple and white trim. Starting at a guard, number 1, Jalen Blackman. He's a 6'2 sophomore. Number 3 is Karan Howard. He's a 6'6 senior. He'll be at a forward. Dre Aguilar is a 6'1 forward. Very strong young man. He's a senior. He wears number 10. Number 11, Rashid Jones, a 6'3 freshman. Boy, a world of talent and a great career he has ahead of him. And J.K. Thomas, who's been coming off a couple of injuries, ready to go today. 5'7 junior. He'll wear number 15 for the Marion Giants. Now the starting lineups for Culver Academy, brought to you by Access Culver Rentals. Starting at a guard is number 2, Jordan Freeman. He's a 6-foot senior. He'll wear number 2. Number 3 is Ethan Britton Watts, 6'1 senior guard. Also in the backcourt, John Cohen. He wears number 4. He's a 5'9" senior guard, very heady playmaker for this team. Inside, Deontay Craig will play at a forward, a 6'5" junior. He wears number 24. And Trey Galloway, their leading scorer, wears number 32, 6'5" junior. And again, one of the state's top. I mean, we're going to see all kinds of talent here today, and excited to be bringing you the game here from Northside Gym in Elkhart.
It is not a rich series history. These two schools have only met one previous time. That was back on January 2nd, 2015. Well before any of these players were in school. And Marion won that one by a count of 77-46. So that's the only meeting, but I don't expect this one to be that one-sided on either side today. The officials is assigned by the Indiana High School Athletic Association, and these gentlemen have had to earn their way here, just like the teams do. Bill Brinkman, David George, and Jeff Lytle, so congratulations to that triumvirate. We had a local official, Jimmy Arnett, work in the 1A semi-state earlier today, where Fort Wayne Blackhawk had no problems beating Lafayette Catholic Central.
Fort Wayne Blackhawk, by the way, a 1A superpower, perennial state championship qualifier, is also has a win this year over these Marion Giants. Now, I'm told it was when Marion still wasn't 100%, but here's a look, Chuck, at one of the champions.
Well, the Blackhawk Braves, and they will head on down to Bankers Life Fieldhouse next Saturday and take on Bar Reeve in the 1A title game, a game you can see right here on TV 46, starting at 10:30 Saturday morning.
The other semi-state in Class 3A also has been completed, so we know who they're going to play if you win in this game.
Silver Creek waits the winner of this one, and that'll be next Saturday night at 6 on TV 46. So thanks to Bellman Oil for being our sponsor for this game, for our online stream, and we are about ready to tip it up from historic Northside Gym. Marion in the gold, Culver in the white. Deontay Craig and Karan Howard in the tip, controlled by the Culver Academy Eagles, who come in with a record of 23-3. Their best win over Indianapolis Cathedral, 50-43. They have won 20 of their last 21. Deontay Craig tried to go behind the back, lost the ball. Karan Howard ahead to J.K. Thomas, who lays it in. And the Marion Giants grab the early 2-0 lead. Thomas, the 5'7" junior, averaging about 15 points a game since coming back from a leg injury he suffered in football season.
I would dare to go out on a limb and say that I don't think Deontay Craig's going to do that again in the ballgame.
Trey Galloway tried to go down the line and was fouled by Gray Aguilar, who shows great sportsmanship going over to help him up. You get another look on the 46 Sports replay.
Gray did a lot of that during the football season, helping people up after he flattened them.
He will play at the University of Indianapolis as either a linebacker or defensive lineman. Johnny Cohen, lacrosse player, headed to Johns Hopkins, handles it up top. Craig's short jumper is good, and the Eagles are on the board. Marion 19-7 on the season. They won the Marion sectional, then beat #1 Delta in the regional last week, 45-39. Rasheed Jones, now J.K. Thomas. Thomas fell down, but he was helped to that by Deontay Craig.
See, I'll wait till the official holds the hand up. It might have been on Cohen. He did whistle it.
It is on Johnny Cohen.
Johnny Cohen kind of reached in. He had lost his balance, but Cohen reached in and got a piece.
First foul on Culver Academy. They're playing a switching man-to-man, and Jalen Blackman pushed off, or did Aguilar set an illegal screen? It's on Blackman for the push-off, and that's his first.
That's a big foul. Keep an eye. You know, the 1A game, Chuck, earlier today, it didn't really matter for Blackhawk Christian because they had plenty to win the game, but their big man got in foul trouble early.
As did Carson Barrett from Lafayette Central Catholic. Watts double-teamed out top. Craig, Cohen in the corner, but he's not a shooter, and he has it stolen away. Blackman comes the other way. Aguilar lost it out of bounds. It's Culver ball.
Well, there have been many turnovers. There have been points for both teams. Marion Giants with 1 turnover, Culver with 2. Nobody's missed a shot. And guess what? Nobody's made a rebound.
Marion using full court pressure in an attempt here to force the tempo of this game a little bit. Galloway, with people bouncing off of him, goes all the way in but missed the layup on the rebound action. Freeman and Aguilar tied up. Alternating possession goes to Marion.
Well, you got to get that first shot out of the way, as Galloway did, came off.
The Giants, winners of 8 state championships in their illustrious history. Blackman down the lane, lays it up and in. First basket of the game for Jalen Blackman. The 6'2 sophomore puts the Giants back on top. Galloway double team. Craig drives in, was fouled on the way up by Karan Howard, his first. Deontay Craig, only a 55% free throw shooter, heads to the free throw line.
Be interesting to see the adjustments that Marion makes down the stretch every time Culver gets the ball and they get a chance to get toward the basket. They're not being stopped as much as they're being fouled, and it could be a big problem.
Craig misses the first. Deontay, an all-state tight end and defensive end in football, has offers from Notre Dame, Michigan, Michigan State, and Tennessee. He'll have some choices to make next year. He's only a junior. Missed both free throws, and Howard went high for the rebound. That could be an Achilles heel for Culver as we go forward in this one. Aguilar on the block, banging bodies with Craig, and they call the pushing foul on Deontay Craig, his first.
We'd like to thank Penguin Point for feeding our production crew with great food today. Visit your nearest Penguin Point today. The people pleasing place. And boy, I tell you what, our guys are working extra today. Got here early today and done a great job, not only today, but all season long. We're so grateful.
Very proud of this crew that we have at TV 46. Blackman going one-on-one, kicks it outside to Jones. Rasheed Jones. And Howard beyond the arc. And James Blackman calls a new play from the bench. We've played 3 minutes. Blackman tried to go over the top to Howard, and Watts gets the steal. Thomas cut in front of Watts, and J.K. Thomas is called for the blocking foul, his first and the third on the Giants.
Everybody gets one. It's not too bad.
I think Thomas was coming over and just trying to disrupt things a little bit, but he made a little too much contact with Watts.
Great to see J.K. Thomas on the floor. He's been through some issues with injuries.
Howard blocks Freeman and nearly threw it away. Galloway knocks it out of bounds. You'll get another look at the block on the 46 replay, Bob.
Good elevation, but again, the defender up there as well, and got it well before it got in the cylinder, and rebound to the Marion Giants.
Ball pops loose. Galloway touched it last for Culver. James Blackman hollering for a foul on the Marion bench, and Mark Galloway thought it went off a Culver player.
Galloway for the defense. Sounds like a new TV docudrama about the lawyers. Actually, there's a lot of contact there, but it seemed to be all mutual.
Aguilar handles it up top with Craig harassing him. Blackman gets double teamed and throws it away.
Nice switch by Culver.
Craig in front of Aguilar for two. For the score.
With 4 minutes left.
Thomas with those very distinctive pink shoes. It's easy to pick him out between the shoes and the haircut, but he couldn't hit the shot. Galloway comes the other way for Culver Academy.
First rebound of the game for Culver. Marion with 3.
Cohen trying to direct traffic right here. And Watts fouled from behind by Thomas, and that's the second on the Marion guard, and he'll come out right away. D'Angelo Jones going to the scorer's table. Thomas punches the bench as he comes out, frustrated with those 2 foul calls. Galloway gets bumped around a little bit, no call there. Freeman down the lane, the mid-range is off the back iron, no good, and a one-hand rebound for Ron Howard. It appears Marion is content to give up the 10-footer. They're just not going to give you something at the baseline. And now Blackman goes over and back.
2 turnovers for the Giants, 3 for Culver Academy. And folks, Imagineering Finishing Technologies continues to be the industry knowledge source for metal finishing solutions. The team at IFT, proud of their efforts, setting the standard for research and development now for 60 years. IFT and the teams in this game working toward the same goal. That is a great finish.
Culver goes to its bench. Anthony Goeb comes in for Jordan Freeman. It is not a very deep Culver team. They will only go about 6 or 7 deep, and now a hand check foul called on D'Angelo Jones. And Marion has quickly picked up 6 fouls in less than 5 minutes.
Chuck, sometimes we're in the tournament at this level, you see kids who played, in that North Central Conference. They've had a different way of officiating maybe down there. You just have to adjust to it. You got to be careful.
Watts had it swatted by Aguilar. Ray Aguilar, a terrific 3-sport athlete at Marion High School, football, basketball, and baseball. And he shows his athleticism there as he blocks the shot of Ethan Britton Watts.
James Blackman Sr. kind of wearing out the official's ear there in front of the bench.
Galloway for 3, that's short. That has not been a strength of his this year, only a 26% three-point shooter. Here comes Blackman the other way. Jones down on the block. Aguilar again, will bump bodies and hit. Culver likes the matchup down there with a big fella, Ray Aguilar, going right over Deontay Craig.
And again, Craig's got to be a little bit careful. They don't have a lot of depth to bring in that post position.
Craig in the corner with Aguilar guarding him. Goeb will try the 3. It's no good. Howard another rebound. Jones was fouled by Ethan Britton Watts, his first.
Chuck, one of the big numbers jumping out off my stat sheet early on is the rebounding. 6 for Marion, 1 for Culver. It's been one and done for the Eagles.
Now Jordan Freeman comes back in and Johnny Cohen goes to the bench. Culver trying to find some ways to get some offense. Blackman pull up 3. Here's Watts the other way. Galloway works on Blackman. What a spin move by Trey Galloway.
He's a scorer. He'll shoot a 3. He'll drive to the basket.
Tied at 6. Jones got a step on Freeman but couldn't connect. Galloway wants to force the tempo all the way. Missed the layup. Here comes Marion the other way. Blackman pull-up jumper. No good. Karan Howard lost the ball and Craig takes it away. Now Culver running. Galloway couldn't connect on the pass. And we've got an injured Marion player down at the other end as Karan Howard is slow to get up and looks a bit hobbled. The trainer will go out to see him. He's got something in his eye.
Josh Balfour, 6'1" sophomore, will check in. Boy, Chuck, the pace really picked up there, didn't it? It was kind of going at kind of a slow, stoic pace, and up and down they go.
It picked up, but neither team was very accurate. And that's been the problem here in the first quarter. Poor shooting numbers for both sides. Blackman and Galloway battle between maybe the state's best sophomore and the state's best junior. Blackman the sophomore, Galloway the junior, and a 30-second timeout called by James Blackman of Marion. 1:10 to go first quarter, tied at 6 on 46. This edition of the TV46 High School Basketball Game of the Week is being brought to you by IU South Bend, fulfilling the promise. Bo Hunt, you're right down there by the Marion bench and keeping an eye, no pun intended, on Karan Howard. Have they managed to get his eye problem solved yet?
No, they're actually still looking at it. The trainer's still trying to figure out if they got something in the eye or if he just got scratched. Still trying to figure it out and see how they can remedy the situation, guys.
All right. Bo's sideline report brought to us by our friends at Bill's Heating.
Chuck, you mentioned shooting. Culver so far 3 out of 10 from the field. Marion Giants are 3 out of 7.
Blackman went one-on-one with Galloway, and Galloway won that one, but Culver knocked it out of bounds. Marion will retain possession.
Blackman averaging 27.3 points a game.
He has 2 so far today. Galloway with a 3-inch height advantage, and it does seem to be troubling Jalen Blackman somewhat. And Galloway with the steal. And the flush.
First lead of the day.
Exactly. Angelo Jones reverses field. Now it's Rasheed Jones.
How about this kid for just a freshman? He's got some tools.
Blackman and Galloway again. Let's see if Marion decides to hold for one here. Looks like they will. Clock bottom right corner of your screen. Blackman, step back 3. Watch the rebound. Galloway, can he beat the buzzer? He did! No, they wave it off. Mark Galloway can't believe it, but it's waved off by the far side official. And the first quarter comes to an end amidst a chorus of boos at Northside Gym. That basket didn't count, but Trey Galloway had 2 others that did in the first quarter, and that's the difference in this one right now. Culver Academy leading Marion by a count of 8-6 after 1 on 46. This edition of the 46 Game of the Week brought to you in part by Bill's Heating. Trusted, reliable, and guaranteed, keeping families and businesses comfortable since 1951. Bo Hunt with the Bills Heating sideline report courtside. What are your thoughts on that first quarter, Bo?
Well, I think tempo is the biggest thing. You know, pace of the game, we talked about that. It's definitely favoring Culver at this moment. Marion likes to get up and down the floor. It's been kind of fast-paced, but the scoring hasn't been a lot of defense. Foul situation, I think that's one of the key issues with Marion with the 6 fouls. One more, CMA goes in the bonus. Guys?
Let's get a quick look at the replay, Bob, from the end of the first quarter, and you make the call here. Did Trey Galloway beat the clock here as he tries to get this shot off?
Yep.
Yeah, he did. That basket should have counted.
And of course, we can look at it. The officials cannot.
Not at this level. Here's Johnny Cohen for 3. A seldom heard from country. The offense of John Cohen. Just his 11th three-pointer of the year, and the Eagles open up a 5-point advantage.
Big bucket for Cohen. The Marion game, the Marion Knights game for the sectional championship, he only took 1 shot. It happened early, he missed it, and that was enough.
Cohen found himself in a mismatch with Dre Aguilar. Falls down and gets called for his 2nd foul.
Chuck, in that first quarter, Culver 4 out of 11 from the field, now 5 out of 12 after Cohen's made 3-pointer. Meanwhile, the Marion Giants 3 out of 9. Both teams have missed their 3-point opportunities. 3 for Marion, 2 for Culver.
J.K. Thomas loses the ball on the way up. Aguilar saves it to Rasheed Jones.
Good hustle there.
Blackman, and a push-off foul called on Trey Galloway. His first.
Well, I'll say this about the officiating. They're calling them both ways. It's a tightly called game so far.
Good to see Karan Howard back in the game right now for Marion. So he has solved his eye ailment. Thomas short on that three-pointer, and Craig went high for the rebound. Big man can get up. You'll meet him at halftime, our TCU Student Athlete of the Week.
Rebounding numbers have evened up a bit. Marion with 8, Culver with 5.
Jordan Freeman. Now Ethan Britton Watts, who's been quiet in this one. And Deontay Craig and Trey Galloway doing most of the damage for Culver offensively. Cohen feeling it.
Yeah. That makes him 1 out of 2, doesn't it, partner?
Yeah, I mean, I would take 50% from outside the arc.
There you go.
And, you know, when they're figuring your shooting percentage, there's no style points in there.
Exactly. He was feeling it.
Mark Galloway might tell him, you feel it again, it will be over here on the bench. The 11-6 in favor of the Eagles. Aguilar banging against Craig, and they call another foul on Deontay Craig, and that's his second. So Mark Galloway now with 2 players with 2 fouls each out on the floor, and Craig and Cohen. We've told you it's not a very deep bench for Culver Academy, and he's going to go to it here, and Nick Gravenitis, the sophomore, will check in.
Added to the roster late in the year, and looked good in practice the other day. He was one of those guys that stood out. You know, you kind of, when you come to a practice, you're trying to see who's moving well, make sure everybody's healthy, but then you're also looking for anybody that might stand out.
Blackman over Galloway is short, and the rebound of Gravenitis. Trey Galloway has done a marvelous defensive job so far tonight on Jalen Blackman.
Got a feeling that Marion might have been studying and preparing for this game, saying we got to stop Ethan Britton Watts, and they've done a good job of that.
He has had very few touches, and especially touches in positions where he can threaten. Freeman inside with the right hand. Excuse me, the left hand. Jordan Freeman's first basket of the game makes it a 7-point Culver advantage.
I said, right there, because Aguilar really reached out and shoved the Culver player.
And instead, body contact called at the other end as Gravenitis tried to chest up Aguilar, and Dre Aguilar, only a 41% free throw shooter, will go to the line.
Parchman Vaughn, headquartered in Baltimore, Maryland, investment bankers for the education sector worldwide, supporting Culver Academy's development of students' mind, body, and spirit. Go Eagles from the team of Parchman and Vaughn, headquartered in Baltimore, Maryland.
Aguilar misses the front end of the 1-and-1. Galloway will set up the play from the near side of the court. Cohen finds Watts at the foul line. Freeman down the lane, missed with the right hand, and the rebound to Howard, who stood tall, and then Watts with the interception. Watts no good, Howard another rebound. James Blackman wants to pick up the pace.
Marion with 11 rebounds, Culver with 6.
Thomas on the baseline for 2. J.K. Thomas leads the Giants with 4 points. Cohen, now Galloway. Cohen fakes the 3. Watts with Thomas guarding him, and the Marion students making a lot of noise, and an illegal screen called on Gavinitis. He gets his second foul quickly.
A lot of pushing and shoving going there, and I think Gravenitis thought I'd just given it back, but got rung up. Big man goes out. Aguilar goes to the sidelines for Marion.
Josh Balfour back in the game for the Giants. He wears number 0. Blackman held to 2 points so far in this first half. Rasheed Jones scoreless so far in the first half. He changes that. The freshman with his first basket of the game, and it's back to a one-possession contest.
Another country heard from. Jones had not scored the ball game.
Craig, now Freeman, and Gallup. Here's Watts, got bumped around and traveled.
Boy, ran right into Balfour. And again, the officials letting that contact go, but then the travel. Turnover number 5 for Culver. 3 of them for Marion in the first half.
Marion has not hit a 3 yet tonight, but if they can get one here, we'd be all knotted up.
0 for 5 so far from the deep shot.
That includes primarily Mr. Blackman. Guarded well by Galloway. Through the lane, dropped it off for Balfour. Howard stripped and fouled by Freeman.
But that whistle came just a hair late.
Howard will go to the line. 67% free throw shooter is the 6'6" senior. Mark Galloway trying to encourage his defense.
You know, you watch a game like this, you saw well Culver was working defensively, but there's no shot clock. You got to keep working.
And Karan Howard gets his first point of the night. He averages 9 a contest. Has had 7 double-doubles this year. You play in that North Central Conference and do that, that's impressive. It's a 6-0 Marion run, and we're back to a 1-point game. They're on their feet at Northside Gym. Freeman, Gallup. Oh, nice pass to Craig, but he couldn't do anything with it right away. Then he gets the reverse layup. Deontay with 6 in the first half to lead the Eagles, and a timeout called by Culver Academy with 2:32 to go first half. And the Eagles trying to protect a 3-point lead, 15-12, thanks to the play of Deontay Craig. This edition of the TV 46 High School Basketball Game of the Week is being brought to you by the Electrical Workers of Local 153, making our community brighter. Good crowd on hand at Northside Gym. A lot of purple and gold. Marion always travels well today, no different. But Bob, they're not seeing the best shooting performance from either team so far tonight.
And a lot of it has to do with good defense, Chuck. I think what Marion needs to do, and I know James Blackman, the veteran, he's been through this as a player and now as a coach. If you're not able to get your shot, you got to find another way to score. The transition has been shut down pretty much today. We haven't seen a lot of running the floor by either team, but I think what they've got to do is maybe find a way for Blackman to, you know, he's such a great leaper. In addition, at 6'2", they could invert the offense a little bit, maybe slide him on the baseline, see if they get a lob to him.
Although Galloway with that size advantage might negate that possibility as well. We'll see what James Blackman calls out of the timeout. His team down by 3. Thomas tries to launch a 3 and is off the mark. Gobe with the rebound. Craig with a good catch, and we've got a push-off called against Marion. Gobe got fouled by Balfour. So Josh Balfour with his first foul, and Anthony Gobe, 77% free throw shooter, will go to the line.
Folks, if you're interested in improving all areas of your fitness program or sport, join the Strength and Conditioning Center in Mishawaka, Beacon Sports Performance. They offer youth, high school, and adult performance training. You can visit their website at beaconhealthandfitness.org. Do that today.
Gobe misses the front end of the 1-and-1, and Balfour the rebound. Blackman goes to work on Galloway. They lob it up for Howard to put it in for 2. Well, you were calling for a lob. It just, you suggested Blackman, they go to Howard.
Well, you got the defense playing so hard in the perimeter, sometimes the back door can be open.
Galloway has been quiet in the second quarter. Craig swatted, but Watts gets the rebound. Now Freeman goes baseline and lays it up for two. Jordan Freeman showing his athletic ability as with that baseline drive. The senior averages 8 a game. He has 4.
That's a 3-point edge for Culver.
Freeman shot over by Blackman, who is having a woeful shooting night here at Northside.
By the way, that last offensive rebound for Culver was the first of the game.
Thomas steals score. We're back to a 1-point contest.
Imagine
Watts.
that guy carrying the football.
He's pretty quick. Craig, a pretty good football player, misses the shot. The rebound to Howard. He's intercepted by Watts again. Watts has had a heck of a first half as a defensive back.
Well, they've seen that on film. Marion loves to get out and run with that pass.
And then Watts mid-range won't go, and the rebound to Rasheed Jones. And James Blackman says, let's go.
Rebound advantage is 13-9 now in favor of Marion.
Rasheed Jones just throws one up. It won't go in. Culver can get the last shot. Galloway finds Craig for the jumper. He airballed it. Thomas from three-quarter court is offline, and the first half comes to an end. Boy, very defensive-oriented first half. Both teams working hard out there on the floor. Bo Hunt has tracked down Mark Galloway for a Bills Heating sideline report.
Coach, going into halftime, up by 1, just a very physical game out there. Your thoughts on that first half?
It's physical both ways, and we gotta fight through some of that hand checking and holding and grabbing. There's a lot of it both ways probably, but we got to do a better job of being tougher and fighting through it.
Thanks for your time.
Yeah.
Back to you guys.
All right, stick around. You'll meet our TCU Student Athletes of the Week coming up here at the intermission with Culver Academy leading Marion by 1 on 46.
We welcome you back to the Big Barn on Bristol Street. Northside Gym in Elkhart, home of the semi-state Class 3A. And a chance to talk to our Student Athletes of the Week brought to you by TCU. TCU reminds you to go online at tcunet.com and find out how you can become a member today. A couple of fine representatives of those schools are with us now. Deontay Craig from Culver Academy, and Ellie Vermillion is with us. And she is with us from Marion, Indiana. And Ellie, first of all, congratulations on being singled out. You're doing a great job in athletics and academics.
Thank you.
Talk about the sports you're involved with. I know it's basketball and soccer, but you've been playing at a pretty high level.
Yeah, I love it. It's fun.
What's your favorite?
Basketball, for sure.
And you'd like to go on and maybe play at the next level?
Yes, of course.
You're not going to play in a post. You'll probably be a guard.
Yeah, definitely a guard.
Talk about the workload. Now, you're involved in 2 sports, so it's almost year-round for you. And you really got to handle responsibility and time management issues. How do you handle that?
Well, it's just going to practice, working hard, and then if you have to stay up late doing homework, you just have to get it done.
And you have to sometimes tell your friends, I can't go out for pizza.
Yeah.
I got work to do.
Yeah, I definitely have to do that.
What's ahead for you collegiately? What would you like to study?
I would like to go into medicine and biomed.
And you'd like to play basketball at the same time?
Yes, I would.
Well, you've been busy. You want to stay that way. That's not a bad thing. Give us a little idea of who's on your team at home and who's had your back and helped you be successful.
Well, I just like to thank God and like my parents, of course, and just my teachers who got me there, my coaches.
I'll tell you what, anybody who gets you in their program is going to be blessed. So you wish you all the best.
Thank you.
Ellie Vermillion from Marion High School, our Student Athlete of the Week. And Deontay Craig is with us from Culver Academy. And Deontay, you get a lot of attention for your play, not only in basketball, but certainly in football. I know you enjoy both, and you've done a great job. Congratulations.
Thank you. Really appreciate it. Really appreciate it.
You're also getting it done in the classroom, taking care of business, and it really is one of those situations. I know you haven't decided on where you'd like to go to college yet, but when you take care of grades and athletics, you get all the choices, don't you?
Yeah, I mean, you know, grades is really what it comes down to. I mean, you could be the best athlete in the world, but at the end of the day, if you're not doing the classroom, then you won't be able to get it done on the field either. So every day before practice, you know, coach tells us if we have a great academic day, we'll have a great practice day. So academics is really important to me, and I make sure I always put that first.
Get a lot of support in that area too at Culver Academy, don't you?
Yes, for sure. I mean, coaches tell us all the time it's high risk, but at the same time it's high reward and high support. So the teachers up there, they do a great job, especially with us athletes, making sure we're always on top of our work, you know, coming in, helping us whenever we need it. So I really appreciate them a lot for that.
I know you haven't decided on a school, but what would you like to study at the next level?
I really don't know yet. I'm a math guy, so maybe something with numbers, but I haven't really decided yet.
Well, the numbers you're putting up are pretty impressive, not only in football, but basketball. We congratulate you. Talk about the people that have had your back and been behind you in your success.
First and foremost, you know, my parents raising me, you know, they've always taught me to work hard, you know, cherish everything I get in this life. So every night I pray before I go to bed, you know, just thank the man above as well for putting me in the position I am in today. But, you know, all my friends and family, you know, it's because of them that I'm here right now.
Congratulations on your success personally, and certainly as a team. You guys are here in the semi-state. It's pretty exciting.
Yeah, very excited. You know, we had a great week of practice. Looking forward to getting out there on the court and battling with my guys.
All right, Deontay, congratulations.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Deontay Craig from Culver Academy. We appreciate him being here, as well as Ellie Vermillion. Ellie's from Marion High School, and they are Student Athletes of the Week, brought to you by TCU. TCU reminds you to go online at tcunet.com and find out how you can become a member today. We're back with halftime stats and highlights in just a moment here on TV 46 WHME.
This edition of the TV 46 High School Basketball Game of the Week is being brought to you in part by Crown Trophy. They're locally known, but, nationally known, but locally owned. You would think by the last time of the year we'd have that right. Halftime here at Northside Gym. Ian Elkhart, Culver Academy, leading Marion by a count of 17-16. Chuck and Bob high above the fray. And partner, it was not short on entertainment. It just wasn't always crisp.
Just seemed like the officials, and again, not to question their integrity, but it seemed like they came out intent on calling it close and eliminated some of the stuff. Mark Galloway said they're getting away with holding. I saw a couple things that weren't called, but they've been a factor in the first half, and that's why it's 17-16. Ebb and flow a little bit, but boy, the outside shooting just hasn't been there really for either team. Cohen had the only three-pointer in the first half, but there have been some magnificent plays inside and some good defense as well.
Well, let's show you some of that here at Northside Gym. Let you know how it got to be this way as the Culver Eagles went inside to Deontay Craig early, and Marion had transition going with J.K. Thomas right off the bat, but that was one of the few transition baskets for the Giants in the first half. Craig had a very solid first half for Culver Academy, as did Trey Galloway. What a pretty move there. Galloway, though, with only 4 points, and Jalen Blackman, who averages 27 points a game, that was his only basket of the first half. Culver had a 2-point lead after one, then John Cohen hit that lone three by either side in the first half. And when Jordan Freeman scores here, it becomes a 7-point lead for Culver Academy, and then Marion starts to go to work. They were able to draw some fouls against the Academy. Deontay Craig would go underneath and get a bucket. He had 6 points to lead the Eagles, but J.K. Thomas with the steal had 6 to lead Marion. It's a 1-point Eagle advantage, and the first half numbers not pretty.
No, both teams had a steal and a basket. Everything's pretty well even in this. And the rebounding advantage was really heavy for Marion early, and Culver closed that up a little bit. Turnovers even, shooting percentages both below what they do on the season, but I got to give credit to the defense, and I think if you're looking at adjustments, Marion's got to find a way to get the ball to Blackman in the scoring area, where if he doesn't score, he gets fouled, maybe goes to the free throw line. One of the concerns that we had coming in about Culver Academy is the lack of free throw shooting expertise. They don't shoot it well in the course of the season. Some of their players really struggle. They're 0 for 3 in the first half. It comes down to a basket here or there. By the way, the basket at the end of the first quarter would have counted if they had video replay, but we can see that they can't, and we're going to have a great game all the way down to the end. It's what we expected.
Our thanks to Bellman Oil for sponsoring our live stream of this one tonight. Culver Academy leads Marion 17-16. Second half play-by-play comes your way from Northside Gym and Elkhart after this. This edition of the 46th Game of the Week being brought to you by Imagineering Finishing Technologies. IFT, where quality is a way of life. Before we begin quarter number 3, let's go downstairs for a Bills Heating sideline report. And Bo Hunt I saw you talking with James Blackman, the Marion coach. What did he have to say?
Yeah, I did get a chance to talk to him. He talked about being patient with the ball. He thought they forced things a little too much. Work for the better shot, work for the shot inside. He said second half they're going to really try to do that, move the ball a little bit more, work the ball inside, not shuttle for a shot. Guys?
All right, thanks a lot, Bo. Our third quarter tonight brought to us by our friends at Bellman Oil Company.
Chuck, looking over the numbers, 4 people have scored for Culver Academy today, and 5 have been in the scoring column for the Marion Giants. Marion a little more depth. I don't think they're going to shy away from the foul situation. They might stay just as aggressive and risk maybe even putting Culver at the free throw line.
I think if you're Marion, you have to be thrilled with the fact that your leading scorer for the season has only scored 2 points and you're only down 1. And I think if you're Culver Academy, you have to realize your second leading all-time scorer was shut out in the first half, and you're still up 1. So both teams have reason to feel positive starting the third quarter. Marion with the basketball. J.K. Thomas stepped on the sideline as he took the handoff.
7 turnovers now for Marion. Folks, while you're cheering on your favorite team from the stands, know that Thor Industries is your biggest fan. As the largest RV manufacturer in the world and with 16 Thor companies in northern Indiana, we have a spot for you in our starting lineup. Visit ThorIndustries.com to get started.
Johnny Cohen finds Trey Galloway. Galloway was shut out in the second quarter. He finds a wide open Cohen, but he decides not to take that three-pointer that time. Freeman traveled. Was so surprised at how open he was, he kept the feet moving.
Look like the little guy that comes down the stairs on Christmas morning. Can't believe what he's saying.
Mark Galloway, the last time he coached in this gym, he was an assistant coach to Jerome Calderoni
with the Mishawaka Marion Knights.
Been a long time ago for Mark, who has had a terrific career. Blackman misses another 3. Galloway with the rebound. And it's Galloway for 3. For Trey Galloway, his first 3 of the night, his 28th of the season. He has 7 points, and Culver ups the lead to 4. Blackman has really been stymied tonight. J.K. Thomas has had a good offensive night, but he couldn't connect on that one. Nothing but white jerseys around that rebound.
Well, J.K.'s quickness really creates opportunities, doesn't it?
Galloway again for 3, but a moving screen is called on Johnny Cohen, and that's his 3rd foul.
Again, John is part of the glue that holds this offense together.
Mark Galloway just raving about the contributions that Cohen makes to this team in every way except scoring. Plays good defense, does all the little things. Aguilar down on the block working against Craig, misses with the left hand. Nobody picked up the rebound, and now a push-off foul called. I believe it's going to be on Aguilar.
Quite a turn of events right there.
And James Blackman cannot believe the call. The 3-time state champ, he won 2 at Lures and won 1 at his alma mater of Marion back in 2016. Former star at not only Marion High School, but the University of Kentucky. We had the opportunity to spend time with both these teams this week. 2 quality programs squaring off here in the semi-state.
Love the way Marion's scouting reporters told them who they have to guard in the perimeter. Gobe came open, and they just kind of said, go ahead if you'd like to take it.
Aguilar really bodying up Craig. Gobe thought about the 3. Howard came out too aggressively on him. Gobe missed the layup. Now Craig will fight for the rebound and draw the foul on Aguilar.
Well, I thought Gobe was going to come up with a huge basket there. Another offensive rebound for Culver. The 4th of the game, and that rebounding total now is 15-13. Culver continues to fight back after being down early.
Craig is 0 for 2 at the line today. 55% free throw shooter. hits that one. He had a career-high 30 last year against Hammond and has had 19 games in double figures this season.
D'Angelo Jones back in now for Marion.
Aguilar will come out, having picked up another foul.
By the way, that was the first made free throw of the game for Culver Academy.
And remains that way.
Did I say that?
5-point Eagles lead. 5:27 and counting in the third. Galloway guarding Blackman, as he has all night. And Blackman finally gets one to go over him. Jalen Blackman with 4. Freeman at the other end goes into the land of the trees, can't connect. And the rebound comes to Marion. Thomas for 3 in the tie. We're knotted at 21. A push-off foul underneath on Marion. It'll go on D'Angelo Jones, his second.
Teachers Credit Union understands the importance of growing your future. Whether you're growing your family, your square footage, or your business, Teachers Credit Union is here for you with financial solutions that will help you succeed. Visit tcunet.com to start growing your future today. Federally insured by the NCUA, they are an equal housing opportunity lender.
Howard slapped the pass out of bounds. Mark Galloway calls a different inbounds play this time. Craig. And now Goab on the outside. Galloway urgently wants the ball down low. He's working on the freshman. Goab nearly traveled. Watts gets his first 3 of the night. Ethan Britton Watts, his 42nd three-pointer of the year for the Indianapolis native. And Culver Academy back on top.
Ends that 5-0 run by Marion.
Blackman stops, pops. No, he threw it over to Howard. Was well fed.
Penetration created the opportunity.
6 points now for Karan Howard midway through the third period. 1 point, Culver lead.
Those are kind of the adjustments we talked about at halftime. You got to do with Blackman. He's a scorer. You got to find other ways to get him involved.
Marion with a chance to grab its first lead. Thomas couldn't get that one to go.
He was feeling it.
A lot of people have been tonight. Not too many people have been accurate in their feelings.
Exactly.
Galloway feeling it here, and he goes in and draws contact, and Trey Galloway will go to the line for the first time tonight.
Official telling Coach Blackman he needs for him to get back by the coach's box. He thought pretty good defense in there. Galloway goes to the line.
D'Angelo Jones called for his 3rd foul. This has been a flaw in Trey Galloway's game this year. He is only a 58% free throw shooter. And the line has not been charitable to the Eagles tonight as Cohen comes back in.
1 out of 7 so far tonight for Culver Academy. And folks, don't think for a minute that Trey Galloway isn't working every day to be an improved free throw shooter.
The head coach's son hits that one. He leads the Eagles in scoring tonight with 8. It's a 2-point Culver lead. The two coaches' sons guarding each other. Rasheed Jones got a step on Johnny Cohen and took him to the hole.
It was deflecting and still went in.
Tied at 25.
Well, we were hoping for a good one, partner.
Cohen. Oh, he had Craig down on the block. Didn't see him. Watts with a good catch and release. Ethan Britton Watts with 5. Culver back on top. Marion just has not been able to grab the lead on Culver here in the second half. Blackman under Galloway for 2. Wow, what a shot.
He took 1 3 here in the second half. The other 2 have been penetration baskets.
Cohen. Now Craig down the lane. Missed. Howard the rebound. Marion can take its first lead since 2-0. Blackman working on Galloway again. Foul called. Push-off foul. I believe it's going to be on Galloway.
It's on Cohen, who would have been his 4th.
It is on Galloway, his 2nd. Freeman will come in. Goeb checks out. 27 all with 1:57 to go in the 3rd. And a timeout call. 1:57 to go, 3rd quarter. The 3A semi-state living up to billing. Culver Academy and Marion are tied at 27 on 46. This edition of the TV 46 High School Basketball Game of the Week is being brought to you by the Indiana High School Athletic Association, partnering with TV 46 for 30 years.
Folks, Access Culver Rentals is your source for school year rentals. Parents' weekends, alumni reunions, and graduation. Access Culver Rentals offers the best resources for all your rental needs. Contact them today. That number is 574-842-2469. Again, it's 842-2469. Access Culver Rentals.
The Marion Giants in familiar territory. This is a school making its state record 39th semi-state appearance. They have won 15 of those semi-states, and they've gone on to win 8 state titles. And Bo Hunt adroitly noted before the game, anytime James Blackman has won a regional, he's gone on to win state. Twice at Lourdes, once at Marion. We'll see if that trend holds here. Blackman step back 3. Rebound, D'Angelo Jones, and he throws it out of bounds off Ethan Britton Watts. No, they say Jones was out of bounds with it. You make the call at home.
Blackman had scored twice to the inside, went back to a 3-pointer there.
Jones may have landed before he threw the ball off Watts. Cohen handling the ball against Blackman. Watts versus Thomas. Watts had his shot blocked. Freeman the rebound. Howard blocks that. Craig puts it in. Persistence for the Eagles. Thomas for the lead. Cohen the rebound. Craig on the run. Deontay with 11. The lead back to 4 for Culver. Blackman to Thomas for 3.
Bang, bang.
JK with 12 to lead all scorers. Back to a 1-point game. Cohen. Craig again. Freeman will take the 3. And again, Marion can take the lead with a bucket here.
It's a pretty good script we're seeing here, partner.
The purple clads come to their feet.
Can't say enough, as you've mentioned a couple times, about how well Galloway's doing defensively.
Blackman lobbed it, and Craig knocked it away. A foul will be called. I think this one's on Galloway.
I think you're right, partner. He was ready to go on the transition, and his head went right around Blackman and got a piece of him.
That's the 3rd on Trey Galloway, so Mark will have to keep an eye on that in the 4th quarter. Meanwhile, Marion can inbound with 4.2 seconds left.
A set piece here. This ought to be good.
You know it's going to Blackman. He couldn't hit that one either, and the 3rd quarter comes to an end. Culver had a 1-point lead at the intermission. They still have a 1-point lead as we go to the 4th. The winner plays Silver Creek for the 3A state title next Saturday. The emotions are high at Northside. The score is low. 31-30 Eagles on 46. This edition of the TV 46 High School Basketball Game of the Week being brought to you by Thor Industries, the world's largest RV manufacturer. We go courtside for a Bills Heating Sideline Report with Bo Hunt. What stood out about that third quarter to you, my friend?
I think the shot selection for both teams was a lot better. I thought both of them really took the ball inside. And then for Marion, especially with J.K. Thomas, just setting up to the outside, setting up in that same spot every time, looking for that shot, knowing that that's his shot. Here in the fourth quarter, look for the same thing out of both teams, looking for their key guys to make those shots and set up inside, guys.
All right, Bo. Fourth quarter brought to us by Bellman Oil Company. Culver Academy with a 1-point lead and the ball to begin the stanza.
Culver hit 3 out of 4 from the free throw, or 2 out of 4 free throw line in that quarter.
Ethan Britton Watts inside to Freeman, who left it for Craig. Great passing by the Eagles.
The extra pass, you heard coaches talking about that at halftime.
Craig, the junior, with 13 to lead Culver tonight. Thomas on the baseline, past Craig for 2. J.K. with 14 to lead all scores. That's about what he averages per game.
Some body control he has when he goes to the basket.
He is a well-built athlete. A shove from behind. They'll call it on Thomas. That's the third on the Marion guard.
That's the first one he's had in a while, Chuck. He got that second one at the 3:38 mark of the first quarter.
Dre Aguilar comes back in to take the place of D'Angelo Jones. That is the 5th foul called on the Giants here in the second half. Galloway backed out for 3. It's short. Aguilar a rebound. The lead has been elusive for Marion here in this ball game, but they can grab it with a bucket here. Blackman's shot is blocked by Galloway, but he's called for his 4th foul. Decision time for Mark Galloway on the Culver bench.
7 minutes to go. Folks, when you're looking for your dream home or real estate investment, contact Kate Marshall. She's an expert in Culver's real estate market and can help you find your dream home, vacation spot, or real estate investment. Contact Kate Marshall with Coldwell Banker at 574-229-0076. We sell more because we do more. That's Kate Marshall with Coldwell Banker.
Tied at 33 and a timeout called with 7:02 remaining in regulation. Culver Academy and Marion battling in the 3A North Semi-State on 46. This edition of the TV 46 High School Basketball Game of the Week being brought to you by Teachers Credit Union. Grow your future. Visit TCUnet.com. Chuck Freeby, Bob Nigel, and Bo Hunt with you. A reminder, next Saturday on TV 46, all 4 state finals live from Indianapolis. We'll start you off with the 1A, Fort Wayne Blackhawk Christian and Bar Reeve at 10:30, followed by the 2A. Andrean winning today in the North. They'll take on Linton Stockton. This 3A winner will play Silver Creek at 6, and then the 4A, the South champion, will take on Carmel at about 8:45. Trey Galloway outside the arc with the ball for Culver Academy in a 33-all contest.
Trey's 4th foul also going to limit what he tries to do offensively as far as penetration, maybe getting inside.
Johnny Cohen and Ethan Britton Watts. Deontay Craig has had a big game, but he threw that one away. Here comes Blackman. Cohen stripped him of the ball. What a defensive play by the Culver senior.
Wow. Took a chance there.
Watch it again on the 46 Sports replay. Cohen comes in, and he did get all ball on that one.
And I think the ball went off of Blackman's hip. Again, if there was a replay available, it might have gone the other way. We had a stop and play. A chance to thank the folks from Penguin Point they fed our crew today. Did a great job. They've got so many specials. You need to stop by and check it out. Give Mom the day off on Sunday, won't you? Pick up some chicken, whatever you want to do at Penguin Point. That's the people-pleasing place, and they please our crew today. We appreciate it very much. Penguin Point.
The Marion Giants came in with a record of 19-7. Throughout the season, they were offensive dominated, but here in the tournament, and James Blackman is the first to tell you, it's because we're healthy. The Giants have been terrific on defense. They've held all of their tournament opponents to 40 points or less, and they appear to be on pace to do that here against the Eagles in a 33-33 game with 6:18 left.
You got to figure out a way to make that be enough to win. You got to find a way to score 41 if you're going to hold them to 40, but both teams really battle. We got a chess match going here between two great programs, two great coaches, and a lot of great talent on that floor.
Marion comes out of the timeout in possession with the basketball. 6:18 to go in regulation. The 2A North Semi-State down at Lafayette went double overtime today. Nobody needs to have that idea here.
And that to be a concern for Culver with the foul situation.
Jalen Blackman working against Johnny Cohen now, and Blackman goes right in on Cohen, got the bucket and the bump. They took Galloway off of him because of the foul trouble, and Blackman made him pay.
And he read it right away.
And for Cohen, that's his fourth foul as well.
Well, is there a hero on that bench for Culver that could play some defense and buy a little more time for Mark Galloway, or for Trey Galloway?
Marion with its first lead since the first quarter as Blackman gets the old-fashioned three-point play. He's in double figures. The Giants with the lead and the crowd behind it. Watts is a good three-point shooter, but he's getting double-teamed.
Find a way to get the ball into Deontay Craig if they can.
And Watts hits a big three there. The 43rd of the year for the second all-time leading scorer at Culver Academy.
What a ball game.
Blackman over Watts, off the mark that time. Galloway the rebound. Galloway for three. That's offline, and the rebound to Aguilar. Did not appear to have good rhythm on that shot. Blackman crashes in, and a charging foul called on Jalen Blackman. Deontay Craig, who can take some shots, stands in there and had the feet planted.
J.K. Thomas back in there now for Marion.
36 all. Craig with a big smile on his face. He was really getting razzed by the Marion students down at that end. Watts bumping off of people, and we've got a blocking foul called on Dre Aguilar.
What a lot of contact down there.
It's like a NASCAR race.
Little paint, trading paint in the corner down there.
Well, Aguilar gets one of those big beefy shoulders, and you're going to feel it. Watts did. And so Watts, a 79% free throw shooter for the season, committed to Boston University to play next season, will go to the line. He averages 16 a game. He's got 8 today. And he missed the front end. Look at Freeman get the rebound, stripped by Howard. Howard lost it out of bounds. No, they say it went off Craig.
I thought it either should have been a foul or Marion ball.
Follow the bouncing ball. Now maybe it did go off Deontay Craig. Good call.
Another missed free throw.
That's the unsung story of this game. Thomas lost the ball. Galloway's in front of the crowd. And fouled by Aguilar. watch it again on our 46 replay, and Aguilar got just enough of Galloway on the way up.
Galloway did not score in the second quarter, but he has 6 here in the second half to go with 4 in the first quarter.
And the scoreboard says 5 fouls on Dre Aguilar, and he is done for the day, hoping that his career is not over as he goes to the bench.
4:41 left to go.
But again, this bugaboo for the Culver Academy Eagles. The foul line has truly been that way for Culver today, but Galloway hits that one. He's got 11. Three-point Culver lead with seemingly an eternity to go. Rasheed Jones dribbled through the double team. Blackman with a good catch. James Blackman said his team had to be strong with the ball in the half court. Blocked by Galloway. Craig is called for the foul. The third on Deonta.
Well, I'm telling you what. Craig with his third. Folks, Imagineering Finishing Technologies continues to be the industry knowledge source for metal finishing solutions. The team at IFT, proud of their efforts setting the standard for research and development now for 60 years. IFT and the teams in this game working toward the same goal. That is a great finish. Looks like we're going to have one, partner.
No doubt about that. It is a three-point Culver lead with 4:17 to go.
Well, let's talk about our next game.
Well, your next game will come on the radio, and that will come as you cover Notre Dame women's basketball. We know the first 2 rounds will be at Purcell Pavilion, and Notre Dame's women will find out who they're playing and just what their tournament trail will look like Monday night. And then we'll post everything on Twitter and our website as well. But you can hear every game of the NCAA women's tournament that involves Notre Dame on the home of the Irish, Pulse FM, and I know obviously good reason for a lot of excitement around that Notre Dame women's program.
We have realized every goal that we had set out at the beginning of the season, even though we had some setbacks and had to really battle. And the way the Irish handled Louisville in the ACC championship, playing with a lot of confidence. You know, when you talk about one of the intangibles that you want to buy into is to be able to be at a banquet at the end of the year and people get up and say, I love my teammates. Well, that's what's going on right now. The Irish are all in. And Coach Mufflin McGraw, Carol Owens, Neil Ivey, and Beth Cunningham doing a great job. It's a very, very talented team.
Got a great one going here. Culver Academy by 3. Thomas for the tie is off the back iron. Watch the rebound. And Culver Academy will take its time coming up the floor.
Rebounding now, 22 for Marion, 21 for Culver.
Thomas undercuts Watts, and a blocking foul called on J.K. Thomas, and that's his 4th.
Yeah, I'm not sure, Chuck, that overtime would help either one of these teams right now. They're running out of fouls.
Might not be anybody left.
Although I think that advantage would go to Marion. They've got a little bit more depth.
D'Angelo Jones checks back in for Marion as Ethan Britton Watts goes to the line. He missed the front end of a 1-and-1 a moment ago.
One of the things about this team for Marion, they struggled early in the year with some injuries. They had some football leftover injuries. And so they were able to develop more depth. And as a result of having the starters back, those guys who played in the early part of the season have some whiskers.
Culver now 2 of 10 at the line, but they get the offensive rebound, and Watts with the left puts it in. He's got 10, all in the second half.
Rebounding all even. Biggest lead in a while for either team.
Rasheed Jones falls down. Scrum on the floor and a timeout called by Marion, and James Blackman and the official getting into it as the timeout is taken. 3:30 to go in regulation. It's Culver Academy by 5 on 46. This edition of the TV 46 High School Basketball Game of the Week is being brought to you by the Jordan Auto Group. Simple, easy, stress-free. just like being an IHSA basketball official.
Oh, man. I'll tell you what, I give the official a lot of credit right there. It would have been pretty easy to ring up Coach Blackman with a tee. Coach Blackman turned at the right time and got away from the official. And the official showed good restraint. Said, hey, I don't want to decide the game. You guys decided on the floor. That's a really good judgment. That's why they're working in the semi-state. They've earned it.
St. Joe Valley Officials Association had their annual dinner the other night, and I had the pleasure to MC there. And we'll make the same call out that we do all the time. There is a need for more officials in almost every IHSA sport. Encourage you to go out your license and learn the rules and become a part of the solution. Rashid Jones on the dribble for Marion, puts it over Galloway, couldn't get it to go. Galloway did a good job of avoiding contact. What a play by Deontay Craig to flag down that pass.
For the first time in the ballgame, Culver leads on the boards.
And they lead on the scoreboard by 5.
Aguilar being out of there has had an effect.
Galloway saves that one from being a turnover. Cohen, one of the better foul shooters for Culver Academy. Craig is not.
Neither is Galloway.
Well, let's be perfectly honest, nobody has been today for Culver. 2 out of 10 at the line. They'll call the foul on Rashid Jones. That's his first.
Parchman Vaughn, headquartered in Baltimore, Maryland, investment bankers for the education sector worldwide, supporting Culver Academy's development of students' mind, body, and spirit. Go Eagles from the great team at Parchman Vaughn in Baltimore, Maryland.
Trey Galloway, though, hits a big free throw there. J.K. Thomas will check back in. Thomas has been the leading scorer today for Marion. Their leading scorer for the season, Jalen Blackman, has been held to a mere 10 points. Trey Galloway averaging 16 points a game for the season, has 13 now as he hits both of those. Culver matching its biggest lead at 7. Blackman, I think he was fouled by Ethan Britton Watts.
Just number 2 on Britton Watts. Kind of joking earlier, partner, our next game will be in a little warmer weather, probably in late August, mid-August.
More than likely at Rice Field, the last battle for the Mangy Lion. But first, let's get through basketball season. Jalen Blackman at the line, an 86% foul shooter, 11 points today. He now has 1,373 in his Marion career, which has only spanned 2 years. 12 points for Blackman today, back to a 5-point game. Freeman made sure he had both feet across the line, then goes up, and Howard blocked it out of bounds. So another fine defensive play by Karan Howard.
Freeman's had a tough day. He's taken it inside a few times, Chuck, and where he finishes against a lot of teams, not so much today.
Watts in the corner, finds Freeman inside for 2. He took the freshman to school that time.
Nice set piece on the inbound.
Thomas for 3. And a timeout called by Marion as J.K. Thomas now has 17 in this one, his third 3 of the contest. And with 2:13 to go, it's back to a 4-point game. You'll watch J.K. on the release, and Freeman is very fortunate that that wasn't a bomb and bump.
It was a great shot, and that's 3 out of 9 for the ballgame now for J.K. Thomas, who wants to shoot the 3. It's nice to have it, and obviously he's been a little bit more open than Blackman has.
Thomas did not return to this team until January 25th after he broke his leg in the football sectional against Mississinewa. But he has really asserted himself as a factor. He had 30 in their win over Harrison. He's had 9 games in double figures despite coming back that late. I'll make it 10 now after today.
Marion Giants in the fourth quarter, 3 out of 8 from the field. Culver Academy knocking it down pretty good. They are 5 out of 8 in the fourth quarter, plus 3 out of 5 from the free throw line.
Culver Academy had never been downstate until Mark Galloway came to the Eagles as their head coach. He has one state runner-up finish and one state championship that came last year, trying to get this team back to Bankers Life Fieldhouse in Class 3A before they move up to Class 4A next year based on the success factor. Blackman knocks the pass from Watts out of bounds.
Well, as we mentioned early in the ball game, we might really be seeing the state championship game right here. I'm not sure about Silver Creek, what they offer, but these are two really talented teams playing their hearts out.
Watts gets it across to Craig to Cohen. And now Galloway. Craig inside, stop and pop. 15 for Deontay. 6-point Culver lead, but Blackman can get half of that back in a hurry and does. His first 3 of the day, he's got 15.
Good pass.
Galloway, Craig, good hands.
I think that was intended for Britton Watts.
Probably was. Craig does not care.
He doesn't.
He's got 17.
He's made his last 5 shots in the game.
Blackman, you know it's going up. But it's not going in. Rebound, Balfour missed a gimme. And Craig gets a big rebound. Galloway, ooh, he was fouled. It looked like he might have turned it over, but they call a foul on Balfour. And it's a double bonus for Culver as they go with Trey Galloway to the line.
A lot of talking going on out there for Culver and Coach Mark Galloway. Has some great talent out there. Britton Watts passed to Freeman a little bit ago, is exceptional.
The free throw line continues to be a nemesis for the Culver Academy Eagles. And it has helped keep Marion in this game.
Galloway 4 out of 6 on the day.
Rattles that one home. 2-possession game. Thomas this corner. Will not hit it. Craig the rebound. Craig was stripped but got it back. Watts will try to be that calming presence as we're under a minute. Craig is fouled by Rasheed Jones. 55% foul shooter, and now I believe there's a technical foul on Marion.
Might be on Jones, the freshman.
The officials are going to get together and discuss things. Karan Howard kind of holding his head in his hands as he comes to the bench. Indeed, it's a technical on Karan Howard. Look at Howard's jersey.
Oh, you think?
Talking to the official, and then the official teed him up. But I think Karan Howard was talking to the official saying, look what happened to my jersey here, and nothing was called. Craig goes to the line. Howard's going to have to come to the bench. And
James Blackman pointed the official to his jersey, tell him to keep it on. The official is going to send him down to change. This is really heartbreaking for that young man. He's going to have to go off the floor and get his jersey changed.
He wanted to do it right there on the court. They made him come over here to one of the alcoves to do it. And while he comes off the floor, Craig continues his free throw shooting. Deontay just hit the 2.
He's going to have the trifecta, Chuck. He's going to be their leading scorer. He's going to be our student athlete, and he's going to get to talk to Bo Hunt, I believe, here in a little bit.
Ethan Britton Watts will now go to the line, and this could well seal the deal for Culver Academy.
How ironic that they can wrap it up at the free throw line.
I'm sure Mark Galloway will tell them, you could have done that a long time ago. Watts with 11 points today, make it 12. A 10-point lead, the biggest of the game for Culver Academy. And it certainly appears as though Mark Galloway's team is going back to Bankers Life Fieldhouse to face Silver Creek next Saturday. Deontay Craig takes the inbounds and is fouled. And we'll go back to the charity stripe.
Maybe D'Angelo Jones with the foul. We'll wait and see. Craig's enjoying himself, isn't he?
Well, he should. He's had a marvelous game, 19 points. His season high 21 game against Michigan City Marquette. But Deontay has shown a penchant throughout his Culver career for playing his best games in the tournament. He had 30 last year in the regional against Hammond. Here he has 20 today in the semi-state against Marion.
And he's 8 out of 13 from the field on a day when both teams were shooting under 40% for the half.
Season high 21 for Deontay Craig, and Culver Academy up in a 4-possession game. J.K. Thomas gets loose for 3. The rebound comes down to Craig, and that should do it. Marion will foul one more time, but the Eagle faithful can come to their feet.
Been some tough moments here for Marion in his fourth quarter, but Chuck, one of the things about that team is they are so young and so talented. They'll have a lot of people back next year, and a lot of teams aren't playing today, so they can take great pride in making it to the semi-state this year.
Trey Galloway at the stripe misses the first free throw. And wholesale substitutions for both teams as Marion basically waves the white flag.
And the fans give them a nice standing ovation over here, and the Culver fans doing the same. Some of the Fort Wayne Blackhawk fans and Lafayette Thunder Catholic fans stuck around, but we got to see a real chess match there into the fourth quarter.
Galloway hits the second. He'll come out as well. Dante Scott comes in for him. Desi Martello. Javon Booth on the floor now for Culver Academy, as the Eagles will go back down to Indianapolis. Martello with the rebound, and that should do it. Mark Galloway's team will try to become the first back-to-back titleist since Washington in Class 3A. They win this one by a count of 57-44 over the Marion Giants in the Class 3A North Semi-State. When we come back, we'll have all of our post-game activities, including our IU South Bend Fulfilling the Promise Player of the Game and our electrifying play of the game. It comes your way next on 46.
Thanks for watching the WHME TV 46 High School Game of the Week, brought to you by
The celebration ensues here at Northside Gym in Elkhart for the Culver Academy Eagles as they knock off the Marion Giants tonight by a count of 57-44, punching their ticket to another state championship game next Saturday at 6 p.m. live right here on TV 46. Chuck Freeby and Bob Nagel high above the fray. 13-0 run to end the game.
Yeah,
you saw that coming.
Well, 1 point game at the end of the third quarter. We turned to each other and said, hey, we got what we wanted. We got maybe a classic in the making. They outscored them 24-12 in the fourth quarter, which is pretty impressive. 26 to, but I don't know. I wrote it down over here. Anyway, outscored them by a dozen, but did a lot of it at the line, which was such an ironic situation because they really struggled from there. But as Bo Hunt mentioned too, he said they kept their poise. Marion with a younger team had some young players in there that might have lost it a little bit, but again, they gave it a great effort the whole game. When you look at Blackman, who's a terrific scorer, really struggled from three-point range today, and that was one of the factors. But I tell you what, other people stepped up for Culver and certainly got it done. And Trey Galloway battled and avoided that 5th foul, but there are other heroes today.
The experience of Culver really showed down the stretch, and one of the guys that got key experience for them last year in the tournament, and it showed today, is standing by now with Bo Hunt. He's our IU South Bend fulfilling the promise player of the game.
Standing by with our player of the game, Craig Deontay, first off, 21 points, season high for you, ties the season high. Just talk about this victory.
Oh, man, it's crazy. This atmosphere was unreal. I mean, not too many people can say they played in front of a gym like this. I mean, there's no way else I'd rather be out here with than my guys back there, man. I love them to death, man. It feels great win, you know. Looking forward to another great week of practice.
Talk about your guys. You get to go spend another state championship down in the state with these guys. Just talk about that feeling going back to back.
Man, it'd be great. I mean, any defending champion just wants the opportunity to, you know, defend their crown. So fortunately, we got the opportunity. You know, we're looking forward to it. We're excited and ready to get back to work.
You came in here against a great Marion team, but you guys had to play team basketball, and you played great team basketball today. Talk about your other teammates that stepped up.
I mean, 1 through 14, you know, everybody, it doesn't just count for game day, you know. The whole week leading up to this, you know, our JV guys getting us ready, going through their sets in practice, you know, so we know what to expect when we get out here. But, I mean, that last quarter, we were all one on defense, and I think that's what propelled us to get the dub.
Hey, congratulations. Best of luck next weekend.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Back to you guys.
All right, Desi Martello getting his slice of the net for Culver Academy as they start cutting down the nets here at Northside Gym. But when the nets were still up, they were part of our electrifying play of the game from the electrical workers of Local 153. A tie broken by Trey Galloway.
And, you know, when he gets in the open field, he can elevate, he can jam it. That time he just made sure he laid it in. You get 2 points whether you jam it or lay it in. You want to make sure he made it. He just tosses it up over the rim and got it to go. But a big play, and his teammates celebrating. He took the lead and never relinquished it. And we've had so many electrifying plays of the game during the course of the year. That's just another one. But what a great cap it is for the Culver Academy Eagles, who get a chance now to defend that state championship.
Dante Scott going up to get a piece of the net now. And yes, Culver Academy plays Silver Creek next Saturday night at Bankers Life Fieldhouse. 6 o'clock for the tip-off of that one. All 4 of the state final games will be yours on TV 46.
And I'll tell you what, the veteran broadcasters that we are, I'm sitting there looking at this, and this is what you really enjoy. And this is why Northside Gym should always host a game at this level, or semi-state, or two. Remember the old days when they had 3 games in one day? But watching this place full of people who have supported their team, and they're seeing the championship team cut down nets and that kind of thing. We saw it in a 1A game earlier today. But so many great memories have been made here, not only by the people who played, but the people who've been here to watch. And it's been an honor for us to be here. And you know, talk about so many highlights during the course of the season, partner. Big games, big baskets, big finishes. But Bo and I are so proud of the fact that you're about, what, 2 weeks away from being taken into the Indiana Sportscasters and Sports Writers Hall of Fame, and congratulations, partner.
Well, thank you.
It's one of the great moments this year for all of us.
Well, very appreciative, always appreciative of not only my broadcast partners, the Hall of Famers, but our TV 46 crew, who, if they had a production end of the Hall of Fame, I got to think our guys would be in there, because
no question,
year after year, guys like Dean Korsmo, Tom Ward, Mike Doherty, Tony Beltran, and then the Yum Pups that we have come on the cameras have done just a magnificent job. And the passion that they put in to bringing you high school sports here on TV 46, year in and year out now for 30 seasons partnered with the IHSAA, that makes my job and all of our jobs that much easier. And we certainly appreciate all of you watching, because if you didn't watch, we wouldn't do this anymore. But we know you love high school sports, and we're happy to bring them to you here on TV 46. We want to leave you with some of the highlights that we've experienced during this 2018-2019 basketball season, and give you one more reminder. Your home for Notre Dame women's basketball is Pulse FM 92.1, 96.9, 103.1. Bob Nagel will have the call of those games as they go through the NCAA tournament, and we'll have all 4 games of the Indiana High School State Finals for you live next Saturday on TV 46. 10:30 in the morning, we start you off with Fort Wayne Blackhawk and Bar Reeve. 2A final at 12:45. Culver Academy and Silver Creek in the 3A. at 6, followed by the 4A final between Carmel and Ben Davis at 8:45. Now, for our entire TV46 crew and my broadcast partners, the Hall of Famers Bob Nagel and Bo Hunt, it's Chuck Freeby. The final score, Culver Academy 57, Marion 44. So long from the City with a Heart.